Hi, everybody. So, I wanted to give my thoughts on Age of Mythology Retold. Um, and I'll give my thoughts more from like a competitive point of view for both Deathmatch, which is primarily what I play, and Supremacy. So, I played the original Age of Mythology back in 2002, back when I was about 14 and under the alias Jedi. And now finally we're getting a new version of the game. I'm 35 now, so I'm pretty excited. And so let's just look at this trailer first, just to get kind of hyped up, and then we'll talk about the gameplay that they've released so far.
We return to you now as the gods of mankind.
Rulers of the Greeks and the Norse.
The Egyptians and the Atlanteans.
We created mankind to fight for our glory. So rise and wield my wrath.
Command beastly chaos.
Rain down destruction.
And unleash our fury.
Worship me. Claim my power.
And legend will be
Yours.
All right, September 4th, so that is literally right around the corner. Uh, First impressions, like the game looks amazing. They've done a really good job just with the graphics, with the animations, with the the buildings crumbling, uh, just the smoke and the dust when buildings crumble, the new units, all the models have been reworked, so they've done a really good job with just the visuals of the game. So let's take a look at some gameplay and just kind of try to break down our thoughts on it.
So once you can actually set what the villagers do, so they can actually go take care of some of those tasks for you. So for example, you want some of them to go off to go get the food, some of them to go get the wood, so and they will go do that.
So first of all, the villager priority system. So that's Age of Empires 4 had something similar, and for competitive, it wasn't used at all because using it means you're less efficient with your resources. So from a competitive point of view, it's just not going to be used. It's more for the console gamers and whatnot. You also notice that this guy is playing raw. He's playing against the standard computer, and you see that mercenaries are still in the game. I thought mercenaries were a little bit imbalanced back in the original. I do know that all the stats of all the units and everything has been redone. They're not the same as the original game, so I hope they tone down the mercenaries a little bit. Also, you notice that there's no auto queue. That was something they introduced in the extended edition, which I personally did not like because it dumbed the game down. I think for an RTS to be good, it needs to be easy to learn but hard to master. And I just think auto queue lowers the skill ceiling. So I'm happy to see that they don't have it in Retold. What else? The UI looks really good, really slick and polished. Nothing to complain about from the UI's point of view. So let's keep going.
There for you, so you can concentrate on building units to go battle, etc. So that really take the level of complexity down, so to actually make it, but you are still in control, because strategically you are still making the decisions on how you actually want those villagers to actually be applied to different resources.
Yeah.
But you get to control it in a way that's much easier, simpler for you. The other, for example, similar thing is still what we call the site menu system. So you see wood, since we talk about like getting villagers to get the wood. So intuitively, why do you need to go through, pick a villager and then build a house and do those, like you say, it takes an hour to learn sometimes, right?
Right.
What you can now do is you see wood, just click on it and then say like, hey, I want someone here to collect this wood. And then the villager will actually come, build a camp, and actually collect
it on the
those.
camp.
Just makes it way smoother and easier, especially to help a lot of new people coming to enjoy LTS with us.
And it comes with some great presets as well. So if you,
It's amazing.
you know, your priorities are going to be different in the first age of the game as you're sort of
Right.
establishing your economy. And you can just be like, I want the age 1 preset. Go ahead, build my economy whilst
Oh
I go
my
and
God,
figure
that's
out.
so nice.
Yeah. And again, if you're a pro player and you don't need that, you don't have to use it. But the system is there to help you get started.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so handy because sometimes resource management takes so
Yeah.
so long to set up, and then I don't know if it's just me, but I will sit there and sometimes watch. I'm like,
So I don't know about the whole like building a lumber camp automatically thing. He didn't do it while he was playing, so I didn't get to see it in action. But so we'll have to wait and see about that. I do like how there's a circle now around the heroes, so you can kind of pick them out and select them easily. So yeah, let's move on to the next part of the gameplay in this kind of Xbox showcase. So right here. So first of all, you notice here the game's progressed a little bit. We're 27 minutes into the game, the same game earlier. So our raw player now has 2 TCs, 2 town centers. And you notice that he is at 210 max population. So this is pretty exciting because this means that Retold is going to be the first age game that has gone above 200 pop, which is pretty exciting to think about. Because I thought the original AOM, the battles were too small, and you needed larger armies and fights. So I'm excited for that. You can see that our blue raw player, he's at 2 TCs and he's already at 210 max pop. So that means when he gets a third TC, he's going to be anywhere between like 230 to 250 pop, somewhere in there. So that's pretty crazy going that far above 200. I don't know if he's used any monuments yet. Because you can now use God powers multiple times, as you'll see here in a second. And also you notice that it looks like the favor, there's no cap on how much favor you can have. So let's keep going.
Crumbles. You've got
The
all the
smoke.
dust. Is
Yeah,
it?
dust, yeah.
And sometimes watching the build.
Yeah, you notice there. Let's go back a little bit. So yeah, first of all, the game looks great. Just looking at the buildings when they're collapsing, like they were saying, just the dust and the smoke and the fire, and the game just looks gorgeous. But so you notice our raw player, he has 1 Stone of Osiris, and he's about to get a second one for 350 favor.
The smoke.
The dust. Is
Yeah,
it?
dust, yeah.
Right there. And then you noticed how now to get, for example, a third Son of Osiris, first of all, there's a cooldown. So you can't just spam 5 lightning storms in a row. There's going to be a cooldown after every time you use a god power, but also the favor cost is going to go up. So I went from 350 to 400. So I know a lot of people, or at least some people, are worried about the multiple god power usage. So they're just going to have to keep a close eye on it in terms of how much favor it's going to cost, how powerful the god powers are going to be, and all that. And also, there's going to be a new Wonder Age after Mythic Age now, to where the god powers are going to be cheaper. So I think this is a good thing, especially for deathmatch, because in deathmatch there was a problem where there was a lot of long 2-hour stalematey deathmatch games where you would have a lot of wall spam and both players weren't able to break each other. And I think the Wonder Age is going to help uh, there be help as a decider to end the game. Just how you decide to use those extra god powers. Obviously, there's balance issues. For example, the raw citadel, I'm not too worried about because you only have 3 TCs, for example, so you can only use it 3 times. Um, Assuming your opponent doesn't give up one of his TCs. But you have to think about god powers like the Greek plenty vault. Being able to spam multiple Greek plenty vaults is obviously a balance concern, and then probably a few other like multiple underworlds sounds pretty powerful. But yeah, just different god powers. I can see just there being balance concerns with that. They're gonna have to either the plenty vault. They're either gonna have to remove it from the game or just really tone it down. So yeah, let's keep going.
And sometimes watching the buildings get destroyed is actually one of my favorite parts in our games, actually, because it's done
Kinda-
so
It's
beautifully.
Destroy beauty.
Kind of cathartic, right?
I mean, it's heartbreaking when you build this beautiful city and then, but
It's heartbreaking if it's yours.
it is, and there's still some beauty to it being destroyed, I guess.
It's a beautiful design.
So notice here this new Norse building down here. A lot of people are speculating that this is the new siege workshop that you can build ballista rams out of. It looks to be about right. Just looking at the way the building looks, that's probably correct. But it's really cool to see new buildings. We haven't seen new units yet, but just new stuff in the game in general.
Disaster, and then you get to
Exactly,
build it.
yeah.
Try it again.
Yeah, definitely. So here we've got our Cantos. So our Cantos is the
So I don't think there was much more in terms of gameplay, but yeah, I think I've said all I wanted to say about this. Let's go to the Steam page. So I've already bought the premium edition. So let's see what you get with that. So 7 days access, that to me is worth it already. Getting the premium edition. 7 days early access. You get the new God Pack Freyr, which is the new Norse god. You get the Legacy Deity Portrait Pack, which is kind of whatever. But you also get 2 expansions for free. So the first one, which they already said is going to be the Chinese Pantheon, or the new Chinese civilization, which was in the original already. But they said they've totally reworked it. So that's exciting. And they also said that it looks pretty good already, so you can expect that new Pantheon to be released pretty close or pretty soon. And then the second expansion, they haven't said what that's going to be yet. If I had to guess, I would say, I'm just thinking back to like the movie 300, how the Greeks were fighting the Persians. If I had to guess, it's probably going to be a Persian slash Middle Eastern pantheon. So that's my guess there. Let me know what you guys think it's going to be. And so let's talk about esports a little bit. So they're already going to have sort of a showcase tournament at Red Bull this year. They're going to have Retold as like a little showcase tournament. It's probably it's going to be Supremacy, obviously. But that's obviously pretty exciting. Having Retold in Red Bull from now on is really good for the game, and obviously you can expect community driven a lot of community driven tournaments both in Supremacy and Deathmatch. We might even see Deathmatch in Red Bull potentially because for I remember for Age of Empires 4 and I believe Age of Empires 2, they had the new mode Empire Wars in Red Bull. So we maybe if they see that the community for DM is growing and is healthy, maybe they'll include it in Red Bull. Who knows? But if they don't, you can still expect a lot of community-driven tournaments just for deathmatch. And then also, uh, a lot of people, a lot of RTS players from different games are going to be trying this game. So from Age of Empires 4, from StarCraft 2, just from all types of players are going to be trying this game. And so I really hope the game is really good and polished from the get-go and just has a good first impression, and so that a lot of those players stay. um, and then of course the game's going to have just a big casual community just from the both the console players that can cross play with the PC players, and then just all the players from Steam that are going to be playing it. um, but again, the game just looks really good. I'm really excited for it. uh yeah, just really really excited for the it seems like it has a lot of potential, and I'm hoping it does well. Obviously there's a lot of studios working on this. You got World's Edge, you got Forgotten Empires, Tantalus Media, Virtuous Games, and then of course you got Microsoft backing the game. So you can expect the same support that Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition got, and they did a really good job with the multiplayer in that game. You can expect the multiplayer experience to just be way better. Because the original Age of Mythology, it was peer to peer. So if your opponent lagged, that means that you lagged and the whole game lagged. Where now they're going to have dedicated servers, so there should be way less lag. You can expect the same kind of multiplayer experience where they have a good ladder system going, like they did in Age of Empires 2 DE. And yeah, I think that about wraps up my thoughts about the game. Let me know what you guys think about it. Let me know if I missed anything and just put it down in the comments. And that's it for me. Till next time, guys.